Well, you join me down at Churn, an absolutely awesome venue here on the Cotswold Water Park. If you want to book a few days, I strongly recommend this place. Absolutely lovely place, secure, tucked out the way, and you can just go and enjoy your fishing. I've been fishing on and off for about 7 years now, since I started Baitworks pretty much, and the bait has caught every single big fish out of here year after year, and this year shows no sign of slowing up. All the fish have been out, and I've just had a phone call from one of the lads down here, Jason. He's just caught one of the big commons at £34, so we're going to have a look at that and hopefully get a little bit of video. It's a bit blowy out there, so I don't know how much we get on the sound, but nevertheless, just shows the stamp of fish that's in here. Absolutely awesome. So without further ado, I'm going to get over. Got to get back to work. I've just been pulled out. I've been rolling loads of bait, so I'm keen to get back and finish it off. But yeah, always a pleasure to come and see a fish like this. Where we have the Churn Paul's jaw in the crown, the long common. Nice one, Jace. Absolute stunner. Look at that. And a PB to boot as well. Well done, mate. What was that on? That was the old Atlantic heat, wasn't it?
Atlantic.
Excellent.
The old faithful.
What a place, mate. We've only been here a few hours as well, but look at that. What a stunning fish that is. Well done, mate. Top man. Well done. Well, here we are over at Churn. I've been fishing a local lake just down the road and got a text off Tom this morning to say he's had a, which I thought was the biggest common. It transpires, I've got over here, he's had two. What are the weights, Tom?
The smallest one was 32.14 and the second was 35.2.
Excellent, and that's a new lake record, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, cracking. It's been on the missing list for a little while, so we're really happy to catch that one.
That's right, that one's actually made me eat my own words, because I didn't think it was in here. Argued till I was blue in the face, but here it is, categoric proof. Two in the sack, as you can see there. Absolutely awesome. So we're going to get the fish out, get a little video, and bring you more in a sec. Mr. Pollard, what a fish. 32.14. Churn magic. Look at that. Words fail me. Right, I'm just going to get a couple of stills. Here with Tom Pollard again, the second fish of the morning, 35.2 lake record.
Absolute bar of gold.
Excellent, Tom, and just tell us what you had that on as well, mate.
This one was on the new one from Baitworks, the oily fish mix.
Oily fish mix, mate. Yeah, it's not been certified what name it's going to be, but
with the ever faithful crab flavouring. Been doing really well on it.
Good man, good man.
So, yeah, fished out about 100 baits, fished over 3 rods. So.
It's done the business again. Excellent, excellent.
Let's try and hold this one up.
Good man. So get on your knees. Keep it out, mate.
David Bailey in the camera.
Turn the flash up just a touch.
Yeah. It's got some width. This is the
Keep
wide
it there,
one.
mate.
All right for that side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Pollard, there's not many things that gets me out of a very warm bath at 6:30 at night, but this is probably one of them. What have you got, mate?
Big red from Churn, £30.12, and she's looking beautiful in her winter colours.
What a cracker! And you've had a few fish, haven't you, tonight?
Yeah, this is a third so far. Had an 18 ounces, and a 15 as well.
Good man.
Yeah, cracking fish.
Well, mate, that is absolutely stunning, and quite an old fish as well, I believe, isn't it?
Yes, at least 27 years old, around 30.
Around 30, possibly a few more.
Yeah.
Good man, well done. Well, we'll switch over to the camera and get some shots. Top angling, mate.
Cheers, mate. Well, this one's the other rod that whipped off, 19.5 £, of 4.5 foot. This was on a little bar right close to the bank, so thought the fish might get down at this time of day, and with the sun up and the wind now pushing down there, this one's turned up. So yeah, well pleased to have this one, and so we've got another one to show you in the net. Good stuff. Well, here's the other part of the brace that happened in literally 5 minutes of each other. This one's 24 and a half or 24.6, one of the two. It's caught out of 10 foot of water, just in some silt, and again it's come from the end where the fish like to be getting in a day with the weather conditions like this, with the sun on the water. So yeah, over the moon with this one. It's absolute beauty. Hope you can see the colours on it, but it's a real chestnutty fish, this one, and quite a character in the lake. So yeah, good stuff. Well, we get her back now anyway, and carry on fishing.
Rolling, mate.
Okay. What a beauty. A long common, £30 one. Absolute beauty on a Sunday morning before the big barbecue. Come on. Oh, wicked. Woo! Well, we're down at Churn with Andy Williams. Had a massive result just a minute ago. Caught his first £30 common and then tops it off with another £30 common. What was the weights, Andy?
£30 10 ounce and 34 free.
Excellent. And
absolutely made up.
I popped over last night with the dog, had a little walk round, saw Andy here, and had a quick chat last night, didn't we? And
yeah.
I knew you come down, you took a little bit of a gamble on this swim, certainly.
Yeah.
What was your reason for coming in here?
Well, knowing the wind was going to turn around and push down this end of the lake. Been sitting in here since Tuesday. It turned around this morning, Friday morning. It's paid off for me within a few hours.
Spot on. A big what's this? A westerly has come in.
Yeah, westerly.
Yeah. Westerly's come in, and so last night the wind looked dead down here, nothing at all. When the winds turned around today, suddenly, as you see on the video clips we got, one of the rods has ripped off, £30.11. So I come down, nip down as quick as I can. As I've got here, just about to photograph that fish, and the other rod's gone off, and that's the other one, 34.4, which is one of the biggest common in here that we think of. There's another one which goes around, mate, we're possibly thinking the same sort of weight, hasn't been out for 16 months now. So absolutely fantastic start to the week, and he's still got a couple of nights left. So well done, Andy, and we'll hopefully might see you again. Well, we've moved up the bank now to see Dan Jeffries.
Dan booked the lake out for the opening week down at Churn, and they've had a fantastic time down here catching a number of fish. How many fish have you actually caught down since you've been down here?
I've caught 6 myself, Mark, since we started 5 days ago.
Okay. I know you've baited a couple of different areas and you've had, baited in different situations there. Can you tell us a little bit how you've approached fishing down here? Because the guys are going to be coming down, booking their weeks, booking a few days. How have you actually approached your fishing this week down here?
Well, I decided that seeing as it was such a rare opportunity to fish here, and with it being open week and it just not seeing pressure on this lake before, the chance of a big hit was too good of an opportunity not to take. So I did bait heavily. I chose an area in the middle of the lake that I knew the fish were going to come past at least twice a day, in the morning and the evening, so the plan was to try and stop the fish in their tracks. And I baited heavily with 25 kilos of pellet and 20 kilos of boilie.
Wow.
And it really was a shit or bust. I'm either going to catch them all or catch none of them.
Yeah,
but such a rare opportunity, you have to go for it.
Well, they are fed in en masse. I know Tom puts a bit of bait in, historically through when the trout fishermen are on, and he does put a bit of bait in for the fish. So, and was it a tactic that worked for yourself? Did you catch off that spot?
I did, yes. I caught, out the 6 fish I caught 3 of them off that baited area, and I'm sure, same as every angling situation, given a few more days, I know full well that I would catch a few more off it.
Well, it's looking prime now, isn't it? With the weather's changed, it's been so hot and sticky this week. It's been like an absolute heat wave. So this weather's now come in, and sod's law, you've got to go, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. That's always the way. It's always the way.
Okay.
They're always packing up on top of feeding fish.
So just a few fish. I know we've got a few pictures we're going to show as we're talking here. What's the fish you've caught this week? Some absolute stunners, isn't there?
Yeah, I started the week with a 18.5 pound double row linear, which is one that's been on my want list for a long time, because it's so pretty.
Yeah, old fish, one of the original fish as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then the second fish that came along was one of the 18-pound kois, kind of a ghosty looking fish.
Okay.
And then the third fish was a fish called Baby Awesome at 23.5 pounds.
That's down in weight, isn't it?
Yeah,
from spawning,
very much down in weight from spawning, but a healthy drop in weight to show they've had a good spawn. And it's, again, one that I've really wanted to catch for quite a while, because it's a real looker, that one as well.
Excellent.
Then I've had another 18-pound koi, and then finished off last night, early hours this morning, with the Ivy Common at 23 pounds, which is a fish that I've caught before twice at 28 and 30, and again way down in weight from a good healthy spawning, but it's to be expected. It's the first week in July, you always knew the fish were going to be at low weights.
Yeah, definitely. And I've got a little bit of footage of your approach, what you're actually putting on. I know you're using boilers and you're using a bag, and you've got your own sort of dip. Can you talk a little bit about what you're doing there?
Yeah, I mean, it's because it is a lake that doesn't see lots of pressure. I didn't see any reason in using particularly complicated rigs or anything, so I've been using very simple, very basic inline leads and little short 6-inch sink link hook links to size 6 and 8 Camazan 775s.
Yeah, there's not a lot of weed, is there?
No, very little weed.
Yeah.
And just topped off with 18mm straight out of the bag, Baitworks Kingfish boilies, and just tipping it off with a little PVA bag of pellets, just to keep the hook point clean more than anything. And
I did notice yesterday he was putting on a bit of tiger nut as well, like half a tiger nut on the end, and putting a hair stop through it.
I tend to do that as of my last cast of the evening, purely because I know with the crayfish in here that the boilie is going to go first, and the tiger nut just gives me half a chance of keeping a bait on there all the way through the night.
Good tip. Yeah.
And as it happens, the crayfish haven't bothered me at all. The only time they've been a problem is on the couple of occasions that I've tried throwing a chod rig out at showing fish. That pop up and that fruity pop up, they've just nailed it so quickly. But with the bottom baits and the fish meal, surprisingly, the crayfish just haven't touched me.
That's a relief.
Yeah, it is, very much so.
Excellent. So any final tips for guys coming down, doing their first week, stepping on here, not knowing the venue and that?
It's a water that, because it hasn't seen any pressure, the fish do exactly what they're supposed to do. They do what all the textbook tell you. They if that wind changes, then fish will be on it straight away, but they don't stay on it very long.
Sure.
So the trick is to either do what Andy Weasel did and check the weather forecast and know when the weather's coming and sit there and wait for it, or if you see it change, just move, because they will move very quickly, the fish.
Excellent. All right, Dan. Well, thanks for taking the time for chatting with us. And say for more details, you can look on the Churn website. That's churnpool.co.uk. Again, thanks again, Dan, and I'm sure we'll see you down here again sometime.
I'm sure.
All right, thank you.